This could be the best evidence of Dogman ever. Y'all. Yeah, okay, so they do zoom in for you right there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm pretty convinced this is definitely not human. Dude.
Second off, it sounded like somebody was saying, "Help me." Hold on. Hold on. Hey. Help. I need help.
Oh, hell no to that. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Brookster Watches. Today, I do have a spooky, scary, and mysterious compilation for you guys. I do have some very compelling footage to show you guys. So let's go ahead and begin with Instagram. Now, our first one right here is a supposed Bigfoot caught on camera in Idaho in 2013. It says face to face with Bigfoot. I'm just going to turn that music off. So I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit for you guys, but he can see a figure right there that I just circled. Okay. And he's pretty shocked by the figure, so could it be somebody in a ghillie suit maybe? It does look really big. It's really hard to tell from this angle, but once we zoom in during the editing process, maybe we will be able to see it a lot better. So that just goes to show you for my next clip, sometimes we do have to zoom in on these figures. Yeah, to see what they really are. But he does look super, super convinced that it's something not human. So guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now, speaking of zooming in, as I stated in the last clip, this is the one you're definitely going to have to really zoom in on, and I will definitely do that for you during editing to see what is actually going on here. But another alleged Bigfoot caught on camera. Let me look at the details to see if there's any in remoted mountains of Mission, BC. So this was originally uploaded by Legend Tracker. It says, a couple were hiking on a logging road above one of the lakes in Mission, BC. When taking photos of the scenic views, they spotted something moving. Even though they were a fair distance away, they were still able to zoom in enough to see something standing upright. A bear, a man, or something else, like Bigfoot perhaps? Let's go ahead and give it a watch. Again, music, so I'm going to turn it off. It's hard to find the original audio of this. Now, to me, that thing looks pretty tall, giving the distance and the location of it there on top of this ridge, this mountain or whatever. Yeah, okay, so they do zoom in for you right there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm pretty convinced this is definitely not human. And I don't think it's a bear. So that just leaves Bigfoot, I guess. I mean, I don't know, guys. Could it be somebody in a ghillie suit, like a really tall person? Most definitely, perhaps. I don't know. That just looks real furry and looks like it has really long arms. I don't know, guys. I'm very tempted to say this is definitely Bigfoot. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, in this one, guys, I'm pretty sure that we're able to see a shadow being or a shadow figure pass by whatever this is right here. Just pay attention. And then there's going to be some spots in here where the camera picks up some sort of thing moving in the distance. So yeah, let's go ahead and give this one a watch. I mean, you see it immediately. The shadow figure passing by. Okay, it picks up the Roomba moving. So it picks up things moving. And I think for a split second there, it picked up something in the doorway. Yeah, that's really, really strange. So let's see if there's any details on this. It says, in this paranormal video, a kitchen security camera captures a series of strange events. At the very beginning, a dark shadow figure moves across the room, which is only visible in the microwave's reflective mirror. So that was a microwave. I thought that's what that was. The camera then tracks a robot vacuum as it moves across the floor, highlighting it with a green motion box. Toward the end of the clip, the camera pans back to the microwave. For a few brief moments, the entities appear in the mirror's reflection before suddenly disappearing. The rest of the kitchen remains empty while the reflections show something hidden. So yeah, guys, let's watch this again. It's pretty scary. It looks like nobody's home, but it doesn't say that anybody isn't home. So could it be just somebody running past really fast? It picks up something in that doorway for 2 seconds. Like, not even 2 seconds. That looks like a shadow figure to me, to be honest. I mean, it was all, like, shadowy. It didn't look like it had any... And then right there for a split second, did you see that, guys? And it moves. It's booking it, y'all. It is booking it. So I don't know. I don't think that's a person. I don't know, guys. That is pretty strange to me. Yeah, it picks up something in that doorway for sure. And then at the end right there, I seen it. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to put this in slow motion for you guys. Just, you know, so we can really see it more clearly. But I know it picked up something in that doorway. And then it seemed... That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm baffled by that one, honestly. I'm pretty scared by it. Now, this one right here, unfortunately, doesn't have any backstory to it. And guys, sorry, if you see like tears coming out of my eyes, I'm not upset. I'm not crying. I have like really bad allergies going on today, so I do apologize. But, yeah, this one is really mysterious and really scary to me. It is either a dogman back there lurking, or it could possibly be a bear, but either way, it's pretty scary. So let's go ahead and give it a watch. Okay, music again, so sorry that it's not the original audio. I mean, immediately, I don't know if you can see those two glowing eyes in the back. And then you see this head pop out. I mean, again, I'm going to have to probably zoom in on this to get a clear look. It could be some type of animal for sure, but without... Maybe it's some kind of cat. I don't know. But still, it's like in predatory mode, okay? It's like eyeballing these people from the window of their car. And it looks like it's standing up, unless it's standing on something. Yeah, that could definitely be a big, huge lion, like a mountain lion or something. I can totally see that now. Yeah, I can totally see that. That is scary with its eyes. Like, imagine you were in like the safety of your car and that is like staring at you. You're just walking by. That is crazy. So I guess we'd have to dub this one Nature, You Are Scary. It has to be standing on something right there, or either it's standing on two legs. I don't know, guys. The more I look at this, the more I see like a mountain lion figure. And there I go with like my eyes watering again. But yeah, definitely scary to see for sure. Now, speaking of nature, I don't think I've ever shown like a non-animal in nature. This is more like storms and floodings and like actual nature, like Mother Nature. So let's go ahead and give this one a watch. Hopefully this has the original sound to it.
Coming to the tree.
Of course it doesn't. I wish they'd leave the original sound on these so we could see them, or hear them, I should say. So why he would be right there, I have no idea. He doesn't look like an official news reporter or anything like that, but now he's running. Guys, I'm telling you, flooding is nothing to mess with. It can rise just like you see in an instant. I mean, look at this. I mean, he seems fine right now. And then, here it comes. You better run, buddy. Run, Forrest, run. Yeah, because that is just, that's scary. Nature, you are scary. Now, this one right here was sent to me by Nick over at Strange Spotting. And when I seen this that he sent to me, I was honestly baffled. It's a Dogman, okay? So just be prepared to watch this, okay? He explains why he thinks that this is 100% real. So let's get to it. He says, I'll get straight to the point. I have reasons to think this is not AI generated. I'll do a forensic analysis of the clip. This could be the best evidence of Dogman ever. Y'all. Okay, let me show this in full view right here. Okay, because he shows like the full thing and you get to see what he says. Y'all. Look at its face. He's like, he looks like he smells the camera and he was like, you know that face the dogs make when they don't like something. It's like, oh, hell no to that. Y'all, I cannot with this. That is some bewildering evidence. Like, what? You know, when he does run his analysis on it, I would like to hear this. So, Nick, when you run your analysis on this, let me know, buddy. Let me know if this is AI or not. Because it looks 100% real. I was absolutely baffled. Like, that's all I can say. I was baffled by this footage when he sent it to me. I don't know what else to say. I'm like super speechless. I really think that we're looking at a Dogman here. I mean, he makes the faces of a dog man. He's got the protruding snout. He's got the dog, like the canine-like ears. I don't think it's a bear. No, it resembles too much of a canine in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, guys, so our next one is purportedly a dog man, but I will tell you up front, I don't want to hide anything from you. I do have my doubts about this one. This could potentially be the dreaded A word, AI. You know, I don't like to say it. But, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these pictures. It says, whatever this is, it knew we were inside. It didn't act like an animal. It acted like it knew we were watching. So, yeah, I mean, that looks absolutely real to me. That does. You know, look how the extremities are so long. It looks like it's trying to get into a bag of potato chips. But, like, the only thing that, you know, the hands look kind of weird. But, you know, I'm not an expert on Dogman anatomy. You know, so this could be very well a legitimate thing here. Yeah, it looks like it's definitely trying to get some potato chips. I don't know, guys. Like, it's weird to me. But if you look at the face looks just like what a lot of eyewitnesses claim a Dogman face looks like. The face looks so real, but again, this could definitely be the dreaded A word. You know, I don't know. And then I'm going to the story of Alicia Maxey and what happened to her. And this is, you know, could this be something like that? I mean, look at that thing's face. It's hard to tell really these days, and that's a shame, you know, with all the dreaded A-word stuff coming out now, and yeah, it's just sad that this is happening, but still a compelling footage, and what I think, you know, would, if it is the dreaded A-word, it's definitely some, you know, correlates with what people are seeing out there. So, what do you think, guys? Alright guys, so here's another Nature You Are Scary. I just thought this was a good little tidbit to put in there. Now, I think this is an alligator, right? Is it a croc? Hold on, let me look at the... It says, getting to know the locals in Sway Timor Leste. This is a boy, a large male saltwater. So it is the saltwater crocodile. The locals here know him. They love him and they interact with him all the time. Whether you agree with it or not, for the people of Timor, this is what coexistence looks like. The same methods can't be applied everywhere, but coexistence is possible anywhere saltwater crocodile habitat overlaps a human habitat. Okay, so yeah, saltwater crocodile, which I think crocs are a lot more scary and aggressive than alligators. I mean, alligators are definitely, oh my god, alligators are definitely scary and you don't want to come across them. They get super big too, but just a crocodile for some reason, I don't know if it's like just the way, like they have the ridges on their back and tail. It's just, I don't know, guys. Like, they terrify me. And watch him lunge at the camera like this. People are just laughing in the background. Like, no. Oh my gosh.
Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go.
No, that's way too close for comfort for me. Now, aren't crocodiles, I could be wrong about this, but aren't crocodiles like one of the oldest living species that have been around since the age of the dinosaurs? So we're basically looking at I mean, not really a dinosaur, but we're looking at something that's been here since the age of the dinosaurs. So they know how to hunt. You know, they've mastered the art of hunting you and everything else. So I don't know. I would just stay very much clear of these things. I wouldn't be that close. That's for dang sure. Okay, guys, so we have actually meandered our way on over to TikTok. And this first one right here, this guy goes out to check on his chickens and he starts hearing weird disembodied voices. Let's just give it a watch.
The porch, and I came out here to check on the chickens. I just heard, first off, I heard my name. Second off, it sounded like somebody was saying, help me. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. Help. I need help. Harry, can you help me? Y'all, I just walked off the porch and I came out here to check on the chickens. I just heard, first off, I heard my name. Second off, it sounded like somebody was saying, help me. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. Help. I need help. Harry. Can you help me?
Yeah, he's got the idea of running back because there ain't no way in hell I'd be lingering around that area. Especially after it says your name. And why would it say it so calmly? Like, help me, help me. That just sounds like luring in, trying to get him, provoke him, or whatever they're trying to do. Yeah, I would be booking it out of there for sure. I have to give that one a big, oh, hell no to that. Definitely, oh, hell no, certified. Okay, guys, so this one is different. It's a story, but mind you, it's a very creepy story, okay? She tells about her time when she used to work at a nursing home and why she doesn't work there anymore, which I don't blame her after you hear this.
The scariest nursing home I ever worked at, story time. So in my early 20s, I got a job as a cleaner in this really old nursing home / rehabilitation center that we'll call Premier Living. Now this place was 3 stories high and it was winged off in 8 different sections. It'd have your older folks over here, very sick people over here, rehabilitation over there, addiction over here, and then downstairs there were 2 floors. You had the morgue and then the basement below the morgue. And when I tell you that was the creepiest damn place I ever been, it was terrifying. So up on the 3rd floor, we had this room that was called the sunroom, and it was where all the windows were open, kind of like a play area for the elderly people, and they'd go in there throughout the day, play cards, Yahtzee, bingo, you know, just different board games. They'd watch TV, sometimes they'd smoke and talk. But the real reason it was called the sunroom was because every evening when the sun went down and it started to get dark, all the patients with sundown syndrome would start acting up in that room. I mean, they would go from talking just like I am right now to sitting there like this, and you would gradually see their face change and they would turn into a whole different person. If you didn't know what sundown syndrome was and it was your first time dealing with it, you would think they were possessed. There was one elderly woman who would just be talking just like this, playing cards or whatever, and then all of a sudden when the sun went down, she'd go, she would breathe so loud when she did it, she sounded like a dog panting. It freaked me out. Another resident had this baby doll and she carried it everywhere and she treated it like it was her own baby. She took great care of it. But when that sun went down, she'd turn on that baby. She'd switch up so fast. One minute she'd be, I love the baby so much, to banging its head on the table. One of the coolest things about working in a nursing home is that you're dealing with all these older people who have lived a lifetime. You know, they all have a past and every past is different. So they would tell you the coolest stories. They'd tell you stories that were real about their life, and then they would tell you like their legends and folklore from where they were from. For example, Miss Ming, she would tell us these stories about folklore and legends in Japan. And one of those stories was that in Japan, there is a ghostly woman or this beastly type woman who stands so many feet tall, has long black hair, sharp nails, and she's so tall that she can see up into like second, third story windows. Miss Ming was always telling us about this thing, and as Miss Ming's brain continued to deteriorate, at night she began screaming, saying that this thing was standing at the window watching her. A lot of nights they would have to sedate Miss Ming because she swore this thing was standing or floating at her window. But what freaked me out was one night the nurses called me into her room to help them change her bedpan and her sheets and stuff, and Miss Ming was kind of heavy set, so they would roll her over and I would change the sheet. As I was putting the sheet on the bed, I stretched my arm across, and when my peripheral vision, like when I glanced up at the window, I could have sworn I saw this pale white face, dark eyes, long hair, just like gleaming into the window. I jumped back and dropped everything, and the nurses are like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, put the sheet on the bed. And Miss Ming is like, you saw her, didn't you? You saw her, didn't you? And I'm like, I don't know what I saw. We also had this woman that we'll call Cheryl, who said her husband Albert was a hitman and that he had killed thousands of people throughout their marriage. I'll have to make a video about Cheryl all on its own because that story is so long but interesting. So long story short, while he's gone, she's going through some of their stuff, and she finds a bin out in the garage, and it's full of these notebooks, his journals. Allegedly, she found her husband's books where he spoke in detail about the victims, who they were, where they were from, why. I often wondered if he was a hitman or if he was just a serial killer. Don't know for sure. Now, one of the nurses did report this to the police, but the police said there was no way it could be true. She had to be out of her mind. But I often wondered, was she telling the truth and they just didn't want to investigate it? I don't know. Then there was Mr. Joe. Now, Mr. Joe was an old retiree. He'd been at the home for about 5 years when I started there, and he was probably like 90, 91, somewhere in there. Now, Mr. Joe was really cool, really sweet, always respectful, but sometimes late at night, he would get very scared, and he would swear that there was something standing in the room with him. He would say this thing is standing at the foot of the bed, on his pillow, laying next to him, on the ceiling, just, it's always with him, following him, and it won't leave him alone until he's dead. But later, his daughter told us that it was his own son that he had shot and killed. Apparently, the son had snuck out of the house. Mr. Joe woke up, thought it was an intruder breaking into the house, but it was a son who had came home late, and Mr. Joe grabbed his pew-pew and unalived him, and then when they cut the lights on and realized it was his son, he just went off the deep end. But the creepiest thing that happened that actually made me quit my job was what Mr. Rick did. So Mr. Rick was about 74 years old. His family admitted him into the nursing home, claiming that he was out of control and they couldn't handle him anymore and he was getting into trouble and he needed to be monitored and supervised, so they put him in the nursing home. Mr. Rick was 74 years old. He was still mobile. He could get up, walk around. Hell, he'd jog around the nursing home sometimes. He was in great shape. But his family admitted him into the nursing home, stating that he was out of control and they couldn't handle him anymore. So I go into work around 7 o'clock that evening. I was 30 minutes late, and it had been storming throughout the day. But that night we had some bad storms come through, and I mean, boom, just thunder shaking the ground, lightning, tornado warnings. It was rough. So around 10 p.m., lights are out, TVs are off, we're making our rounds, and I'm walking around, I'm thinking, you know, something just kind of feels off, but I don't know what it is. Next thing I know, nurses are running down the hallway, the power goes out, and I'm like, what is going on, y'all? And she said, Mr. Rick is missing. Come on, we gotta find Mr. Rick, hurry up. So of course I throw my mop down to the side, we take off, we split up, and I'm paired up with another nurse. And we all start going around searching for Mr. Rick. Now we knew the place was on lockdown and there was no way for him to get in or out of this place, so we knew he was there somewhere, we just had to find him. So me and this nurse, we go downstairs towards the morgue in the basement, and we get down to the morgue, and the doctor comes in and says, hey, have y'all seen anybody in here? And we said, no, but we're looking for Mr. Rick. Why? He said, because one of our cadavers is missing. I said, what? Where would it go? What do you mean a cadaver is missing? One of the bodies was missing out of the morgue. The doctor said, I don't know, but it didn't just walk off. Somebody took it. Sorry, I had to take a break. But anyways, me and this nurse are standing in the hallway, side by side, and when we get towards the beginning of the next hallway, we see this figure standing down at the end of that hallway we were just at. She looks closer and says, that guy looks weird. Look at his face. His head's dropped down. I said, yeah, he does look weird. Something's wrong with him. It kind of looked like Mr. Rick was standing there holding his head down like this. But when she got closer, she said, that's not Mr. Rick. And when I got closer, I said, that man's naked. That dude is stark naked, and his skin don't look right. Well, why does he look purple like that? What? And then she realized, wait a minute, that ain't Mr. Rick. That's the cadaver. I said, well, if that's the cadaver, how's he standing there? She said, I don't know. But then the cadaver, the body, picked his head up, and his eyes was open, and he was looking at us. Well, then his head drops again, and this dead body starts walking towards us, and it picks up pace to where it looks like it's running, like running at us. So I said, oh, hell no, this, I'm out. When I tell you, I didn't give a shit. I took off running. Yes, I left her there. She was screaming, where are you going? I said, fuck this and you and fuck y'all, I'm done, I'm out. So the next day, everybody was laughing at me because we all found out it was Mr. Rick. He stole the body from the morgue and was standing standing behind it, holding it up, making it move. That's why it looked like it was walking on its own. I don't care they were laughing at me. I was out. Just picture that, seeing someone hold a dead body at the end of a hallway, making it look like it was walking around and stuff. Yeah, I was done with that job. And I didn't go back there, but I did go to another nursing home, which was even worse. If you want to hear more about the nursing homes, let me know in the comments. I love to share.
Okay, so she did work at another nursing home after that. I didn't remember that, but oh my gosh. That would make me enough to quit working at nursing homes or like hospitals in general, because no, like some freaky stuff does happen. Now, I have worked at a hospital before and I have had some weird experiences there. Nothing like this, but like, I don't know. It was just really weird, like mysterious noises and beeps and stuff. It was just really weird. But the 8-foot, okay, so the thing Miss Ming was talking about, somebody said in the comments, was the Hachi Shaka Sama. I don't know how to pronounce that. But apparently this thing is 8 foot tall. And I mean, honestly, after I seen that, I probably... would have not went back. So that's crazy she stayed there after that. Kudos to her, man. That was some creepy stories. Well, everyone, what did you think about that super creepy episode? Let me know in the comments. Have you seen anything cryptid, paranormal, or even cottonmouths, alligators out in nature? Send your encounters to me. You can email me, or you can just put it in the comments. And if you have any clips or anything like that that you would like to share with me, send them on over to me. I'll show my links up there to other social medias. You can follow me on there, send me scary clips, all of the above. Guys, I just want to give a shout out to all of the members of the channel. Thank you guys so very much for what you do. You really do help this channel so much more than you know. And guys, don't forget to check out the merch. There's always a sale going on for 20% off your entire purchase when you put in the discount code WOLFPACK at the end. And WOLFPACK, remember, keep your head up, keep your paws up, stay strong, keep going, and make sure you stay tuned to the very next episode. And until then, guys, bye!